I have a couple potato lovers in my house, one of them being me, so potato roesti is a dish that we make a lot. Now, potato roesti is a crisp cake made with shredded potatoes that hails from Switzerland. And it's a versatile recipe. It can be served with fried eggs for breakfast, it can be served with a roast, it can be served 100 different ways. So let's get started with the potatoes. Our favorite potato for this was a Yukon Gold potato. Medium moisture, medium starch, and they have a great buttery flavor. So I'm just gonna peel 1.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. I like to peel the ends of my potatoes first, and then you can just go around and do the sides really easily. Okay, the potatoes are peeled, and now we can get into shredding them. Now, I'm going to use a food processor today because it makes really long shreds that stick together and make a nice network. You can use a box grater, but you want to make sure you get the longest shreds possible. Okay, so we have our potatoes shredded, and you can see that we have some nice long shreds here. Now, Yukon Gold potatoes are almost perfect, but sometimes they have a little bit too much starch, which makes them gummy. So I'm going to rinse the starch off the potatoes so we can get the perfect amount every single time. Okay, I have plenty of water in there. We've gotten the starch off the potatoes. Now I can drain them. We want to mix the potatoes right in this bowl, so I'm just going to wipe it out and get rid of any excess starch. Now our potatoes are too wet, so I'm going to take this towel and I'm going to wring out as much moisture as I can. It's best to do this in a couple of batches, and that way you can get all the moisture out. Gather up the sides, make a ball like that. You can really put some muscle into this. I'll take that and dump that right into our bowl. Okay, we'll do this again. Second batch is done. We've gotten rid of the potatoes' natural starch. Now it's time to add back the perfect amount of starch. So I'm going to do that using cornstarch. I have 1 teaspoon. I'll just sprinkle that over the potatoes. We're also going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of table salt and some black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper in my roasty. I'm just going to stir this together with a fork. I've got 2 tablespoons of butter starting to melt in this 10-inch nonstick skillet. Now, I really like to cook my roasty with butter. I think it adds much more flavor and it really pairs well with the Yukon Gold potatoes. Now that it's melted, I'm going to add the potatoes. You could also use bacon fat or duck fat too. Now that I have the potatoes in there, I'm going to leave these unpacked and loose, and I'm going to cover it for the first 6 minutes. That cover is going to trap the steam, and it's going to rise up through that loose network of potatoes and cook the potatoes evenly. It's been 6 minutes, and let's check on our potatoes. You can see that the potatoes have taken on this translucent color, which means that they're actually almost cooked. So now it's time to pack it down, form a nice tidy cake, and continue to cook it until it's nice and golden brown on the bottom, about 4 to 6 minutes. And as it cooks in that 4 to 6 minutes, I'll continue to press down on the top of it. It's been about 6 minutes, and I've been pressing on this occasionally, and I can see that the potato cake is nice and golden brown around the edges. So it's time to flip. Now, if I were brave, I would do it in one fell swoop, but I'm not. I'm going to do it the safe way. So I'm going to slide this out onto the first plate. I'm going to take a second plate and invert it on top of that cake, and then flip the whole thing over. Oh, perfect on the first side. Now it's time to cook the second side. I have 2 more tablespoons of butter here. We'll add that to the skillet and let it melt. Okay, our butter is melted, and I'm going to slide this potato cake back in. Oh, perfect. And I'll tidy up the sides, press it down, and we're going to cook this on the second side for about 7 to 9 minutes until that side is golden brown. It's been 9 minutes, and the second side is well browned, but it's not time to eat yet. I'm going to shut the heat off and let the cake sit in the pan for 5 minutes. The starches will gel a little bit, and it will make a nice cohesive cake. The roasty has sat for 5 minutes in the pan, and now it's time to eat. Looks beautiful. Feeling a little hungry, so I'm just going to cut this into quarters. The edge part is always the best of the roasty. It's really great. The texture is outstanding. The exterior is super crisp and the inside is super, super creamy. It's two polar opposites. And the flavor is also off the charts. It's buttery in a couple different ways. You have the butter that we cook the cake in, but also the Yukon Golds have a nice buttery flavor that matches that. So if you want to try making this potato roasty at home, here are a couple things to remember. Start with Yukon Gold potatoes, make sure that you control the starch, and start cooking in a covered pan. So from America's Test Kitchen at home, the perfect recipe for potato roasty.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.